You're not crazy. Those people, they're using you. They're using your kindness. They're using your time. They're using your silence. And every time you let it slide just to keep the peace, they learn one thing. They learn that you'll overextend, that you'll overgive, and overlook until there's nothing left for you. And the worst part is, you call it being a good person. You'll say, I'm just being a good person. But smart women, they take notes, they protect their energy, and they move in silence, not for drama, but for discipline. Now, let's be clear. This video is not your usual just say no type of advice. Absolutely not. These are real, science-backed shifts that rewire how you show up for yourself. Psychology, nervous system regulation, and identity work. This is the version of boundaries that doesn't just protect your peace, it changes your life. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Chic Evolution, your ultimate destination for fashion, beauty, and empowerment. I am a former top model and multiple beauty pageant winner. I've had the privilege of walking the runways from America to Europe. I've graced magazine covers, and my passion for helping others has empowered me to uplift those around me. So join me as I share insider tips on style, confidence, and living your best chic life. Because at the Chic Evolution, confidence is always in season. Welcome back to our little corner of the internet. Before we get started, you know the drill. Please do take the time to subscribe to my channel and to also like this video for more content like this. If you are new on this channel, over here we like to start each video by lighting up a candle just for the good vibes, and towards the end of the video we turn it off and I send you with a kind and uplifting affirmation. So I always encourage you, if you're watching this video, please light up a candle if you have one at home, just so you can join in this little practice. So here is our little candle of the day. So let's get started. Let's just be real. If people only call you when they need something and disappear the minute you need support, they're not confused. They're using you. And this is not always in an evil way. Sometimes people are just comfortable taking from you because you've never made them uncomfortable not to. I mean, they've seen how much you give. They've watched you drop everything, and they've learned that you're not likely to say no. They've learned that you're not going to speak up. They've learned that you're not going to push back. And the hardest part is they'll keep doing it until you decide that it's not working for you anymore. And this is why it's so important to understand the difference between being generous and being available to be used. You know, one thing about generosity is that it has limits. It has boundaries, and generosity just has a sense of this is what I can give and this is where it ends. Being used, though, feels like giving on autopilot. Even when it's costing you your peace, it's costing you your money, and even sometimes your mental health. I mean, have you ever noticed how the same people who expect you to show up for them will go completely silent the moment you're the one who needs help? They don't forget, they just don't prioritize you the way you've been prioritizing them. And here's where it gets deeper. For a lot of women, especially those raised to just be good, saying no feels like a personal failure. You think that you're doing something wrong. You haven't. That's not guilt. It's conditioning. So they're basically using you because it worked. Not because you're weak, but because you haven't built the kind of limits that force people to meet you the same way you meet them, with respect. And really, that's what the rest of this video is about. How to shift from being available to being intentional. From being the one people lean on constantly to being the one who knows her worth and moves accordingly. Now, this part might sting just a little, but it needs to be said. Sometimes it's not the people asking that are the problem. Sometimes it's the part of you that keeps saying yes when your gut is already saying no. And you're not doing this because you're clueless. You can feel it. That little pause before you respond. That tiny voice that says, you're tired, you don't want to do this, this person isn't even there for you like that. But you override that voice. You put it in the background. Why? Because you don't want to deal with the reaction. You don't want to seem difficult. You don't want to have to explain why you're not available. And that moment, that's the training kicking in. The part that says, if you're not agreeable, you'll be rejected. And that's really a lie a lot of people have been taught. But it's one that keeps you trapped in burnout and resentment. And there's a term in psychology called self-abandonment. It's when you consistently put your own needs behind someone else's so that you can maintain approval, you can maintain connection. But long-term though, it only leads to two things: resentment and obviously exhaustion. So here's a reframe. Saying yes doesn't make you generous if it comes from fear. It's not generosity if it costs you your peace. It's not loyalty if it's only going one way. So try this instead. Next time someone asks something of you and you feel that hesitation in your chest, pause. Don't respond right away. You can literally just say, "Let me get back to you on that. I'd love to help, but I need to check my schedule first. I'll let you know when I have a little bit more clarity on this." Give yourself space to choose instead of reacting on autopilot. And that small shift, it changes everything. Because once you stop giving automatic yeses, people start realizing that they just can't count on your silence. They have to earn your time. They have to deserve your energy. And if that makes some people uncomfortable, good. The people who should be in your life won't be threatened by basic boundaries of mutual respect. Let's break this down into something real. A boundary isn't a personality shift. It's a system. It's a pattern breaker. And if you don't have clear ones in place, your life will start to feel like it's owned by everyone but you. And there are three main kind of boundaries that I want to share because this really matters, especially here. And we're not talking theory, we're talking real things you can actually practice starting tonight. Number one, time boundary. So let's say someone hits you up with something like, "Hey, can you help me real quick?" And your entire day is already full, but you say yes again. That's a time boundary issue. It seems small, but it adds up. Sure, no problem, when it actually is a problem, trains people to expect you to be available 24/7. And they won't stop asking because you never stop agreeing. So stop agreeing all the time. So here's what a time boundary sounds like. "Hey, today's packed. I won't be able to squeeze this in. I won't be available that weekend, but I hope it goes well. You got this. Can this wait until next week? My schedule will be much clearer then." You don't owe anyone access to every single hour of your life. Your time is a resource, and if you don't treat it that way, no one else will. Second boundary, emotional boundaries. Now, let's talk about the friend or the family member who only reaches out to you when they want to unload or ask for something. Never to check on you, never that. Rarely to ask you how you're holding up. And you sit there listening, absorbing all of their anxiety, absorbing all of their drama and all of their stress. Then you hang up and feel completely drained for the rest of the day. Does that sound like you just a little bit? That's a broken emotional boundary. You're not a sponge for other people's moods. So here's how you can draw the line without guilt. And it looks like this. "I really want to support you, but right now I'm just not in the right headspace. Can we talk about something lighter today? Let's revisit this next week. I want to give this conversation the energy it deserves. And today I'm just not up for this kind of conversation." You're allowed to opt out. Not every call needs to become a crisis intervention. Protect your emotional bandwidth. Third boundary, availability boundaries. So this one might hurt just a little bit, but it has to be said. It's the truth. Always responding within seconds when you know you're busy. Always being on or checking your phone out of obligation. You're not a robot. You're a human being. You're not a human doing. So try this. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb in the evenings. Wait a little before replying when you have time to actually reply. Let some calls go to voicemail. And here's the wild part. When you stop being instantly accessible, people adjust. They start treating your time with more respect because you've shown them that it's not free. Boundaries aren't about being cold. They really are just about being clear. And once you start living with those boundaries in place, you'll start noticing who respects them and who only liked you better when you were easier to use. Now, let's talk about peace, and not the vacation kind. I'm talking about the almost tangible kind, the kind that shows up in the middle of chaos because you stopped giving everything and everyone full access to you. Peace isn't passive. Peace is built. And the smartest women protect it before it gets toxic, not after. And here's what that looks like in real life. You no longer answer out of guilt. You stop saying yes just because someone else is panicking. You don't stay in conversations that start crossing the line of disrespect just to seem chill. Protecting your peace is saying, I don't care if this makes me look distant, if it keeps me sane. And it also means not matching energy all the time. That's one of the biggest peace stealers, actually. When someone disrespects you, you don't always need to clap back or explain yourself again and again and again. Because if you've explained yourself that much and no changes have been made, you can just pull back. Pulling back respectfully, quietly, clearly, you start pulling back your energy, you start pulling back your time and your reactions. You stop over-explaining yourself. You stop responding to the version of someone you wish they were. And that shift, that's where the real glow up is. Not in changing how you look, but in how little access people have to your nervous system. This one is going to hit hard. But if you're always available, always answering, always on for everyone, you're literally training people not to value your time. You're teaching them that you'll rearrange your day for them. You're teaching them that they can just dump their problems on you anytime. You're teaching them that you'll reply. Even if you're sick, you'll reply. Even if you're tired, you'll reply even if you're busy. That's not kindness. That's burnout waiting to happen. People shouldn't have unlimited access to you. And when you start pulling back, you'll notice something. The right people understand, or at least they seek to understand. The wrong ones, they get loud. They get annoyed. They even get passive aggressive. And all of that may just be code for, I'm mad I can't use you the way I used to. Let them be mad. Let them adjust to the new you. Because this version of you, she protects her mornings. She finishes tasks before responding. She doesn't take guilt bait or manipulation from people who only call when they want something. You don't need to be available 24/7 to be valuable. You don't need to respond immediately to be respected. The most grounded people have limits, and they enforce them quietly with how they move. Let's end this video with one question. What would your life look like if you stopped giving people the parts of you they didn't earn? So no more over-explaining, no more bending over backwards, no more guilt for protecting your time, your mind, your space, and your mental health. This isn't about becoming rude. This is about becoming honest. Honest with them and honest with yourself. You can be super kind and still have limits. You can be very generous and still say, not this time. So if this video hits you at the right time, here's what I want you to do. Go into your calendar and look at what you've committed to that you actually want to cancel, and start with one. Then look at your phone and see, who are you texting just to keep the peace? Let that silence be the boundary. And last, ask yourself, where am I most exhausted, and who is standing the closest to that exhaustion? Be honest with yourself, because that's where the boundary work starts. Smart women don't always have to yell. Smart women don't always have to over-explain. They take notes and they move in silence. And they protect their peace like it's sacred, because you know what? It is. So if this video made you rethink how you've been showing up, go ahead and like the video. Please subscribe for more content like this. And also drop a comment. What's one boundary that you're committing to from now on? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And here's another question just for you to answer in your personal time. Who is the first person you need to hold this boundary with? Now, before I let you go, you know our little tradition over here. I'm going to turn off the candle and leave you with this message. My chic babes, until our next encounter, let your uniqueness shine. Let your self-love grow, and let your confidence inspire. And I'll see you when? I'll see you sooner than later. There you go. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Ooh, ooh, it's a wrap.